doing, everybody? It's me, Trader Max from the Shogun Gun Show here on July 4th. Woohoo! Independence Day is finally here. I swear to God, right after the show, I'm going to go drink so much beer. It's not even funny. But we are joined by my co-host, son, and partner, Crypto Quinton. Buddy, how are you doing today?
Good afternoon. I'm doing great today. How about you, sir?
Oh, man, I tell you what, this has been a show coming because, you know, you sent me a message the other day and we're like, I don't know. I said that all of a sudden I seen it. I'm like, oh, wait, that's Rizzmas. It's supposed to be it's like the holiday coin, 4th of July. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
And so we are joined by the awesome Rizzmas himself, CTO. How you doing today, buddy?
Let's go. We doing good. We doing good, man. We just hanging out, celebrating 4th of July with the family.
Yeah.
Appreciate the opportunity to be on the show and to chill, baby.
You're already getting people in the actual process of the comments. Thank you so much to the community over Rizzmas. How you doing, everybody? Please make sure that you like and share and get the name out there. Make this thing go viral today. The algorithms love it when you guys are participating. We're going to try to put them all up here on the screen, so make sure that you watch what you say, but it's okay. You can say whatever the fuck you want because this is the Shogun Gun Show, and we're not fucking scared at all. We're going to be talking about a lot of great things today, right? But, you know, one of the things that we're going to be talking about today is the state of Shogun and who we are. This show today is for the 4th of July. It's about independence, but it's also about just stick-to-itiveness, right? Today is like, you know, because if the founding fathers of the United States just gave up on the independent process of trying to be independent from England, we would be drinking a lot more tea over here. You know, or maybe smoking more ganja. I don't know. Who knows? But the concept for us today is to talk about our independence, of course, the stick-to-itiveness of what Rizzmas has done. Man, you have done such a great job over there, being the lead there. I know that we were talking just a few minutes, like you got the Telegram. I was looking at your chart, the holder. Holy crap, the holders that you got on that thing. Incredible. Discord, all these great things. You have really put a dog's age into this. A lot of hard work, but I'm pretty sure you got a pretty big team over there that you're all in there going for.
Big team, a lot of big community. Everything just happens out of the spirit. We got an Apple app that just looks, oh my goodness, just the chef's kiss.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know, I could like confidently say we did not spend a dime on that app. It was a member of the community that came up and said, "Hey, I develop apps for a living.
Holy crap.
Let me make this for you."
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't speak volumes, I don't.
You know what? And that's what it really comes down to is that give back that happens. We always get worried about some of it because we don't control it. But man, when you got somebody who's just pure like that gives you control, gives you the value. You know, I've seen that you also have some games on board. I'd like to talk about those too. The gaming burn system that you got. We talked about that a while ago. I think with Polly that was on before.
Yep. Shout out to Polly.
Oh yeah. You know, listen, we are a big lover of Rizzmas. You know, even back when we first heard it last year, I think it was before Christmas even, you know, at that point. And then afterwards, I think they came to the show. But, you know, the ups and downs of the coin, it's not even, everybody's like, that's the success of it. No, it's not. The success is like we were talking about earlier is that stick-to-itiveness. Like, you know, like you said, Solana is a revolving door almost, right? Like people are coming, the turnover rate's so fucking high. Like you guys and us, we've been here since September as far as a coin. We've been here since June. We hit our year mark for me being in this industry and creating Shogun. I think the first one was Crypto Ronins. Yeah, it's been tough.
It's a long road, long path.
Yeah, you know, have you ever owned a business before, like a brick and mortar before?
Yeah, I was working kind of like a low-key record label and stuff back in like 2021, 2022 with a couple artists. But even that in itself, I mean, it was like about a year and a half before I kind of moved into other things. But it's just, it's a lot of moving parts. And that's what makes, that's what, you know, unless you have a team, good people behind you, you know, it makes it almost, you know, impossible.
You're absolutely right. And I think what I was trying to get to is like my background is I've owned a lot of brick and mortars. I've worked for myself now for close to 20 years, you know, so the only fools I've ever worked for is all you people. Right. So the concept is like my students, when I say students, Mr. Quinton and I own a dojo. We've just rebranded to be the first dojo ever powered by cryptocurrency. So which is pretty powerful, right? So
that's fire.
It's amazing. You know, shogunmartialarts.org has just been, you know, the school we just finished building it, going inside while building all this stuff. So yeah, we're masochists too, by the way. We like to beat the fuck out of each other because we're building everything.
That's how you get the rage out.
Yeah, right. But I'll come in with a black eye every once in a while. Mr. Quinton's very mean. I don't know. No, he's
You're like, oh, I got to put makeup on before this one.
right. I got to use the little filter now.
Yeah.
You know, the whole point about having a business is like, you know, that your return on investment is not fucking tomorrow. You open,
Yep.
you lease the building, you're not getting paid for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
Or 5 even, right? So
yeah.
So last year I told our group, you know, hey, look, I want to put this time in. If you buy into the coin, that's going to give us some money to start it. Not make it profitable tomorrow, but start it. And when we start it, it's going to take a little while to get to it. Now, I would love to see by the beginning of the year, September to the beginning of the year, for us to have profit margin. But no, we were on just under. And then in January, we hit profit. And then March, we fell. February, we fell. And it's just, it went up, it went down, it went up, it went down. It's like a fucking chart, right? So,
right.
And now in June, we hit our first real profit and we're starting to climb. And people are like, oh, yeah. All those that left are like, oh, no. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Exactly. You missed out, buddy. Oh, can I still be in? No. Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah. You showed your true colors when you sold 10 million off the bat, right?
Right.
But for you, your community is so large. You have a lot of people on Telegram. You have a lot of people, and you communicate with on a day-to-day basis, right? Like you have like all these things that you're doing, and of course, planning for these 4th of July. Do you have other things planned besides the show today?
Yeah. So essentially, like I was gonna do a little VC back in the Telegram, and then tomorrow we have a massive. I stream on Kick as well as like YouTube, TikTok, kind of the whole thing. But we're doing a trivia stream, giving back some free Rizzmas if you answer the questions. You know, I figured we have enough like kind of lore, you know, stuff that's happened, ups and downs. You know, and there's a lot of people that have been here for 4, 5, 6 months consistently now. So, and we love to give back. You know, we have a competition going on right now in our app, which I'm sure we'll get into more. But just giving back free Rizzmas if you beat the high score. You know,
wow,
it's
just cool.
Like just fun stuff.
All you tricky little gamers are going to be in there trying to beat that high score. Yeah. I love it. We also own a gaming network that we build small games, and we're building a pretty big one, which is UE5, Unreal Engine 5 network solution. I'm also game dever and a networker as well. So there's not enough time. Like you always just got to cook a little. It's like spinning plates, and that plate's a big one. It's just kind of really slowly going, but it's a lot of fun.
It'll have a great impact too, as well. I mean, Unreal Engines, they do. I mean,
it's tough. It's tough.
It's limitless for that.
It sure is. But man, I tell you, I can't wait that when I am finally at that position here in first quarter of next year that I'm switching from I'll always be in the show, but I'm going to switch over to the gaming side of it. Let the NFT marketplace take on its thing. Get my face out of it, get other people's in it, you know, those kind of things, because that's where I really shine, is in the game mechanic value of it, you know, putting a storyline down, having it build and fight the insects that are in there. There's pretty wild. I'll probably show a little bit here in a little bit, but let's get down to something. I really appreciate you being here today, but it's not just about Rizzmas today. We are talking about the state of Shogun. And we like to do this because we want to tell our people, you know, what we've been up to. And of course, we do this show 3 days a week. Why would it be any different here on the 4th of July, right? Now, this will be our 4th show if we do one tomorrow. Of course we are. But let's get out there and let's talk about simply the state of Shogun. Well, of course, are you trying to sneak that in there? I know. The state of Shogun is really all about the things that we have done over the past week, the last couple days. Last time we talked to you, but we just probably talked to you yesterday, Mr. Quinton, right? So we'll probably make this a pretty quick thing if you're watching from our community. But for those that aren't from our community and you haven't seen us yet, the state of Shogun is all about what Shogun has been up to over the last couple of days or a couple of weeks. And we'd like to keep people informed of the great things that are going on. As most of you know, our company and our network, our community is all about service-oriented things, because we like to help businesses build, communities build. We are builders ourselves, so we know the trials and tribulations of what it's like to build, be successful, be failed, be successful again, and then fail, right? So there's a lot, but I'm going to express to this very quickly, and I want you to see how much there actually is. I'm going to Wrong one. Sorry about that. Was that you or me? I don't know. I think I clicked on it on the way over. Let me hit present here. Present arms. Here we go. So this is our website. I'm going to pop it up here, right here, like that. And I'm going to go through this very quickly. Of course, our services. We have the Anvil bot, an absolute awesome. It's a juggernaut of a system as far as volume goes. Now, volume is not just like if you got 3 million, I don't even know what your volume is right now, but it's probably be incredible. But we use this to create a process of DCA in, DCA out. If you don't know what DCA, it's dollar cost average. For those of you that are traders, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll love this thing because you can do something that the others can't do, is that you can still affect the market cap and help them out without hurting the actual industry, and you can have in control of it. And if your community has our affiliate code, and you're helping your community as well. So this is not just something that is about volume of going in so I can make volume and make it look like it's fake volume, like there's a lot of holders. Even if you have a lot of holders in your network, even if you don't have hardly any, this thing can still help you with relevance and keeping relevant to DEX. And you can support your community with it too. We pay 30%, 20 to 30%, depending on who you are, on our affiliate system. And it works very, very well, very strong in the process. And there's now sometimes you can even make money in it, not by the affiliate, but by actually trading. And we have videos in there to teach you how to do that as well. So it's pretty powerful. It's not just a volume. It's a market volume maker. Right. So that's a little play on words. So it's a market maker and a volume bot all at the same time. And it's still only
MVP. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's fire.
It's still only an MVP. And our demo, this was a demo, but it was out. But Meta Royal Coin 3.0 coming out in about 2, maybe 3 weeks. Or, I'm hoping because with the fusion system we're going to talk about, it's coming out. So this is coming out here very shortly because we wanted to be able to help with Meteora. There is a what we call reconciliation randomization. That's a mouthful to say to a trader or someone degen, right? But I want you to think of it this way. It's going to do random trades for you to keep the market valued, not to try to make it look like multiple people, but try to keep the market interchanging at different levels, not the same thing, cookie cutter all the way over, to make that volume system look fluid instead of like a chicken gate that's up there. So those things are all coming out. The other modules that we say are coming on. With the 2.5, we beefed up security and most effectively, we created what we call microservices. Now you're not just a whole bunch of people in one big boat that if the big boat fails, then everybody fails, but each one of you is in your own boat. So that microservices makes it super fast, super easy to diagnose because we could check who's doing what and where and make sure it's perfect. Lots of videos to follow. We don't have anything to hide. We're here to help you as much as possible. Next up is that I want to talk about the WebForge, what we built in there. Over the past couple of weeks, as most of you know, we have a really dynamic web system in this network. But we've also come up with our Summer of AI program, which is our specialty of doing AI integration into content delivery and development. Not these bot-related things, but things that can actually physically help you organize and maintain communication with your crew. If you got a big crew and you got a great communication team, this may not be your thing, but the Panther WebForge network, the WebForge network, not just Panther Pilot, but WebForge. But WebForge system is designed for everybody at any level that you can utilize. You can use the agents, you can use contacts, you can make websites, portals, memberships. You can even have a print-on-demand system like I think Prevail Swap, we're doing a lot of stuff with Shopify. We have all the marketplace values there as well. Most of all programs over here are absolutely free. Now, if you come on, you just get a standard program and you're a coin, it's absolutely free. So there's no reason for you to come over, sign up and have a look. Go over to pantherpilot.com and check it out. Now, our community network is pretty powerful, but we have a lot of people in there. So we also have a portal system with this program that we've been firing off the last couple of weeks. But let's jump right back over to I gotta find it. Look at this. I'm all over the place today. I do apologize. Too many things. There we go. We won't go through. We know what the coins are. We have 2 coins, Shogun and Shogun. Of course, just give you a little bit of update on who we are with that. We have a good community center. Of course, we got the gun show, right? The gun show is coming back. We have good sponsorships for just about everybody in our network. We've been doing this for a while. We know what we're doing when it comes to doing shows, as you can probably tell. We also have a launch pad to actually launch coins as well, called the Shogun system, and it is powerful as well. I'm not going to show that here right now, but we've been really firing off over the last couple of weeks on this little beauty right here, which is our Shogun Fusion. Now, if you're not sure what an NFT is, non-fungible token, you're in the wrong show. Who gave you this link anyway? But I'll be honest with you, some people say NFTs are very hard, and you would be absolutely correct. But what we did is that we made this system so simple. It is so easy just to join, start your process, make an NFT, put it up, and get it sold. Our friends over at Just a Lotto have relaunched their 69 Lotto balls for their giveaway that they're going to be doing this Sunday for the giveaway. So we created a very unique process in here for NFTs, and it's an auction system. What do I mean by an auction system? Well, if you click on the ball, it'll bring you to a page. I have a lot going on my screen, so I do apologize. It's part of my system. But you can place a bid on it. Now, you can easily see who is the last person that bid. So I got outbid. So, 69 ball up to $27, started at 10, hit to 27. But you can see that this organic structure of competition, like everybody wants to beat Trader Max, apparently. But the Bear King guy,
they're coming.
They're coming for me, baby. That's what it is. I got to fight back. I need to. We're going to go give plasma today so we can bid on sport. That's what's going to happen. You know it, but you can set as the owner of it. Thank you very much, Wins. I appreciate the repost. But you can set the limit of it, or what you start with, but then you can set how long you can do it. 1 day, 2 days, 1 hour, 12 hours, 7 days, 30 days, whatever it is that you want to set. And then you just simply let it happen, baby. There are some in here. Let me see, which one was it? I think it was it 40? Was it 32? I think it was 32 that did it. Yeah, look at this bad boy. This ain't no joke. Came in, started off at $10 and up to 3.2 sold right now. For some reason, somebody was like, nope, I want that one. He's like blasted it out there and just made it work. So
must be his lucky number.
It must be his grandmother's birthday or something. Who knows? 1932, whatever.
Yeah.
But as a community, if you're going to launch a coin, I want you to reach out to us and we can help you build out that network. It has a very easy communication system right on X. We have the API for X. We put these things up here, allow you to be able to hit that and promote that easily enough with systems in there. So super, super powerful and lots of fun. The other good thing about having the network here is like if somebody buys your NFT, now I'm going to show you something here. They buy the NFT from you, you get a royalty for it. And if they ever sell it again, you still get a royalty for it. So that's forever. So whatever you set the royalty fee, it could be anything. Most people keep it at 2 and 5 and 7%, but here you can make it anything. You want royalty fee of 30%, then that's what it's going to be. But it, within reason, how successful you'll be on a resale. But right. The other good thing is that if I buy it, if I buy the actual, let me go to my collection. If you come on board, once you attach your profile here, your wallet here, and remember, be very careful, use some security, use a fresh wallet and put stuff in it. Don't put your brand new wallet that has your entire company in it, in any company, by the way, not just mine, but anybody's, right? Like you're laughing, but it's real, man. Like I warn people to be careful, even of our own stuff, because, you want to create good habits.
Right. Right.
This takes a second because it's looking at all the NFTs, and I'm ashamed to say that I do have quite a few in the process. But here we go. It's that simple, right? It takes a minute, but you go to other places, you can't do that with it, right? Yeah. So here's the thing: if you bought, I bought this, and I didn't buy this, and I was gifted this NFT, and people are making offers on it already in my wallet. I didn't put this on for sale. I didn't list it, but people are making offers to it. You can kind of see it right here. Somebody came in and made an offer on it. It's like only $1.46, but it's still something. And you never even know. But if you attach your profile here and it does that, it makes that readily available and money opportunities that you don't even realize. Now we're going to be
like a marketplace.
It is. So this is Shogun Fusion Minting and Market Module. Of the big thing, the Fusion system, which is coming out in about 3 weeks, will be that Fusion system module that'll be there as well. There'll also be a communication network, like you can create a little chat room with your collection and have people in there talking about the product and what you're doing. So there'll be a lot of little fun things like those modules coming on board. All right. I think, Mr. Quinton, was there anything else we needed to talk about in the state of, I almost said state of fusion, state of confusion, basically, but is there anything that you wanted to drop in there?
No, sir.
All right, good. All right. So this has been, Shogun State of Fusion, or State of Fusion again. I think I've already hit the gummies. I don't know. I probably need to do some more in the process. But this has been the state of Shogun, and we're all about getting this fusion system up. Make sure, we're going to be doing another show tomorrow to talk to Ghost and others about their launch So I want to make sure I'm very respectful of the time that we do that with. But get over here. If you don't know where this is all coming from, you can easily just look at where the collection is, who the owner is. Here's I Am Ghost. You can have all his profile stuff, his X account, his website stuff. You can follow through that process. If you want to have a look at that, that's absolutely wonderful. You'll get them to, I'm doing it again. I'm all over the place. I do apologize. You can find out where you can do that and where you can partake. And if you want to buy one of the balls, great. Have fun and good luck, of course. Whew, that was a mouthful. Got to get that up quick because I wanted to spend more time with you.
Hey.
Rizzmas is one of those things that when I first saw it, everybody else, I'm pretty sure it goes, oh, it's just a holiday coin. It's just a Christmas coin, right? That's how it started, right? Just for Christmas.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a little history of what went on and what happened and how you got here today?
So essentially, the Rizzmas token is a year and 6 months old. So it was created in 2023 on December 24th.
Wow.
It went up, I think, to about 88,000 market cap around that, and then went down. And it's not a pump fund token, so it went down to, I believe, around 500 market cap.
Yeah.
After that, it was pretty essentially dead for about a year, I'd say, about 8-9 months. And then I came into the project around November 22nd, November 23rd. And, with the power of TikTok, we did a lot of TikTok heavy marketing. We went all the way up in about 3 or 4 days to 94 point something, 94.3 or 94.2 million. And that was on Thanksgiving. So ever since then, we've just been honestly bringing the power of the community together. And it started with essentially the roadmap. It started kind of with us having people come to us and say, what's next? Is it another coin? Is it, are you going to do Resistor? All of these things.
Resistor.
It was kind of like, we didn't want to separate the community. We didn't want to be somewhere else or build something else. So we sat down as a team and we created a roadmap. And, I believe it was right up there too as well. Essentially, it goes through different seasons, and it brings like relatability. You ask like, what is a meme coin?
Yeah.
Well, a meme coin is something that is considered either funny, relatable, and essentially that's what it's built on. And so it's like, we wanted to bring something that not only was Christmas, but every holiday that somebody might say, oh, that's my favorite holiday. I'm going to join this coin, and a lot of times these coins, they have the same character, the same cat, the same dog for years. I know I get tired of looking at the same image, the same design, the same, and of course he's doing different things. He's moving around but we think that every time we change seasons, new people come in and say, whoa, what is this? Whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
And it changes almost the whole state of the coin. And there have been examples of it in the past where, on chain, there was like, I forget which it wasn't a Solana meme coin. It was on its own chain. And they did like an Easter and then like a spooky one. And, it did relatively well, but then kind of the momentum dies, and so I think during December, we didn't have any proof of this longevity. It was only a concept. And now we've seen, a pump to 7 million in January. We've seen, right now we're sitting at, I believe, 3.7, 3.6. 6.9 and
3.69 exactly. It's time as we're talking, baby. Let's go.
It's just beautiful, and that chart of slow organic growth. Like a lot of times, of course, when you pump to from 600,000 to 94 million in 3 days, that's not really the growth that we would want forever. We want slow up. Maybe people sell a little bit and we pick it back up and slow. Higher highs, and higher lows. And so we've created almost that organic buildup for what people know or expect to come in later on in Q4. And we already have seen many front runners from last year. We had a whale come into our community 4 days ago. He sold $344,000 worth of Rizzmas at its high, and he came back in with 21 grand. This was 3 days ago. And, he just says, well, of course it's going to pump in Q4. Why wouldn't I come back and get in earlier than the next guy?
Yeah,
and of course you're going to start to see those people more and more and more as it goes on. And the thing is, it's not like this coin is dead. We didn't just dead the socials and say, well, we'll pick it back up in November.
Right.
We've had something to where, like in the app too as well. We just put the API of Deck Screener, in there so that anytime the banner changes, the app whole thing changes too. So it's like everything is fresh, everything is new, and it's all, and that's, I feel like has brought a lot of the community back in. We see so many people that have come back from December, or they came back in March and they're like, what? Wait, this is still happening and things are still changing.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
And I think if there is a key to success in longevity is consistency in your longevity, right? Like you could just be standing there like looking at the screen all day, but if you're not doing something, movement is still important. Being there, it's like owning a gym, but not using anything in a gym and just sitting there with a gym. You got something that's powerful, and I heard that you have 5,000 or 6,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 people in your Discord. You got people in Telegram. You got things that are going on. You have movement. You got a game. You got burning. You got all these things. The consistent here that I can look at the chart with and see this value of increase. This is consistent value. Why? Because you have 131,000 fucking holders in there.
Yeah.
That's incredibly crazy, right? Like, but the other is that there is a value of liquidity value that's there that's comparable to the market cap. When you get one that has like a low market cap or a low liquidity value and it gets affected and it gets so like these are huge effects to the mentality of the coin.
Yeah.
Right. These big giant deviations, right? These big deviations that happen even on the in affect the coin beyond whatever you could do. You can't fix that stuff.
Yep.
The only thing that you can do is allow the knowledge. Like if people are coming in, you want the guys that got the 20, 30, 40, $50 to come in constantly, and then when they need a couple of bucks for, a six pack, they're pulling off 20, 30, $40 again. You want that to happen because you want that movement. That's what our bot does too. It does create a relevance to Deck Screener and those things, but it also creates relevance to what we call the market channel. And that's what this is. This is a progressive market channel. So you're always constantly going up. But most coins when they sit and relax, like if I were to die this down to a 5-minute period and pull out a section, you're going to see this gauge of movement of channel.
Yep.
And that's what you've created with your community. It's amazing. And I love it because when I see this, unfortunately, I'm not loving it right now because here is where I would have wanted to have been right around in that area, right? Yay for me, but you have definitely proven yourself to be very clear on your mentality of where you're going. And I look forward to this. And yes, right now is the time to buy. If you're watching this, you're watching the Shogun Gun Show. We're here with Rizzmas CTO. And we are, let me tell you, I'm glad we got a chance to talk to you and be a part of this today with you because I do realize that you have so much potential that's coming for Q4. Q3, start DCAing your stuff in. If you want something to DCA with, by the way, there's a volume button. But it is.
Here,
it is
I got to go unlock this door for my girlfriend. She just got back from work. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
That's okay, bud.
We got family going on.
Yeah, here you go, man. It's all active. So, yeah. So if you're watching right now, part of the Rizzmas crew, thank you so much for sharing and Karen in there. We really appreciate it. If you put a hashtag, your favorite thing about Rizzmas inside the chat room, wherever you're at, if you're over on Rizzmas X or in RX, make sure also that you show us some love. Follow our stream. Hit the little notification buttons up there too. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure that you like and share and follow us on the notifications as well. If you're watching over on TikTok, I'm very sorry for today. I think our stuff got flipped. I'm trying to get that in there to get it fixed, but I don't think I could do it today. We're going to be having it definitely for tomorrow. I think as far as charts go, besides it hitting 100 million today, you can't really ask better for this. Yeah. Trials and tribulations. Solana is a big, right now, what's Solana sitting at right now? 140 something, right? 146, I think. Yeah, 146. So be prepared for it to be in that general vicinity for a little while. No big pump, no big dump. But just this constant up and down value for the next little while until stuff with like XRP and all that other nonsense gets figured out.
Yeah.
There's the market is still unstable, but Solana has leveled itself out over this last 3 months. Thank God, because it scared the shit out of us when it hit $98. Yeah, right. I'm like,
yeah, and I'm excited about the ETFs too as well. Like I know that too. Not only does that bring a lot of hype, but hopefully it brings a lot of commercial investment back into the space.
Yeah. So the gaming side of it, you're getting a lot of competitional stuff in there, right? Is it still going strong? Is the game?
It's great, man. And the game too, as well. Like when we do these competitions, people are watching ads, and that's kind of essentially what our play, we didn't go to play to earn, because play to earn, essentially, you have people that come in that aren't really there for the coin. They're there for the money. They go in, and then it creates a lot of red candles, so we wanted to do play to burn, essentially no red candles, just green, and the model's 100%. So any ad revenue that's generated from the game, via ads, go right back into just buying and burning Rizzmas.
Okay, cool.
And so when we do competitions, it encourages people. Not only are you gonna win free Rizzmas, we have one right now. The high score is 1,800. If you can beat it, we actually just doubled it. But if you get $200 in free Rizzmas, but you're also burning Rizzmas while you play, so it's like a double whammy.
Yeah. One day the shock is going to be so valuable that everybody's going to be like, "I'm not playing no more." Where did it all go? There's one Rizzmas left, and we're all fighting over it.
Literally.
It's like Soylent Green time, like 4010 from now. So,
hey,
it is.
It's really exciting, and again, like that app was given to us by one of the community members, and of course, we sat with him and worked on it together. But it's just beautiful to see like these things, like. I would be a liar if I said that everything, was by my will. It's all come together by such a strong like passion for, one goal. And like every time I go on VCs or anytime it's crazy to see like some of the time when we bring people up, like some of their stories that they've gone through, like, Rizzmas was my first token. I made a lot of money. It brought me into the coin. Or like there was a story I remember, like, there was about 400 or 500 people in a Telegram VC, and this kid, his name was Drew. He made like around $110,000. He was a college student.
Wow.
This was his first coin. He put $1,000 in it, and it 100x'd. And he was on the phone with his parents crying, like, this has changed my life. And like ever since then, like, it's inspired me to want to build a project that actually people can rely on. There's so much shit that comes out every single day.
Yeah.
And
thanks to our friends over at Pump Fund.
Yeah.
They make it a little too easy to fucking bring.
Yep. Exactly.
Like, oh, look how easy it is to shit on the floor. It's nobody cares. I'll go make another one.
Yep. Pump it, and then it's
in fact, that's what one of our we when we were first building out bots and systems, one of my business partners, Scott, he brought a concept, and we jumped right on board with it, to build a launch pad that fires actually on Pump Fund, but turns it into a pre-sale, but it still launches on Pump Fund.
Oh, wow.
So we did that pre-pump XYZ, to their new pump swap system before they did that. And then we launched ours before that, and then they launched pump swap. We're like, damn it. Now we got to fix it. And so we did, and we met with them. We actually physically met with programmers, and they're like, yeah, go do what you got to go do, man. I was like, I would have thought that they didn't want us to do it, but they did, because it's sort of
assume. It kind of facilitates they make money off of it anyways.
Exactly, so right? They don't care, but they're like, if you want to legitimize it, go ahead, man. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do pre-sale. It's just we like the chaos. I'm like, okay, and everybody's like, Pump Fund's going to disappear tomorrow. No, it's not.
No,
it's not. There's 50 other ones out there just like it. We can attach to them all. But yeah, so we built the Launchpad Shogun system for that. And some coins have fired off, but again, you get these people who think like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to fire my coin and I'm going to be a millionaire because this person did it. No, the grass is greener because that dude took care of it, right?
Yeah.
You got to be completely different. So the advices of, I was looking at your website with the roadmap, and let me see. I wanted to drop. Let me try to share my screen here. In the roadmap here, We got Independence Day here, for today. That's today. I mean, you got a lot of stuff happening on. We kind of came in last second. I don't want this to happen again for you. So what I would like you to do, please, you got my information. Have your team, whoever, just reach out to me. I love the background. Thank you. But let's just, whenever you're going to have another one, let's put some time into it, and we can do a bigger show. We do a sponsorship. Have you, come on board. Everything that we get for sponsors goes and pays the people on it, but also goes right into the chart as well. But let's get something together for whatever your next.
Oh, yeah.
You have an end of summer party, right?
Yeah.
I don't even want to think of that yet. End of summer. Mine's just starting, damn it. But, yeah.
It happened so quick. I can't even believe this is our 8th event that we've done this year. Our eighth one. And it's like, again, it's so beautiful to see, like when we were talking about this, planning it for this long, and now we can look back and see all of the things that have come together, and it's like, it's crazy. It truly, truly is.
I like this too, because you do have it is a pretty big deal. It's like a 2-week stretch in there, or actually a month and a half stretch in there. This end of summer value, where everything's coming at. And I like that what you've done. I want to keep track with you as you go into these higher levels and these other things that you'll be doing. And please feel free at any time to come in and, really push what we can help you with at whatever level we're willing, because we love coins that are responsive. They're in the chat room. You've everything. We got a good counter list up.
Oh, yeah.
And I might want to talk to your Discord guy, because I really need to I have my we don't have a Discord for Shogun. I have it for my gaming network that we've had for years. But I miss Discord, because I remember it being very ease of use for us.
Yeah. Our Discord guy, like, honestly, shout out to him. He's like the things that he's done, the bots, but not only that, but like, it's all about, Discord's very community oriented, and it's sometimes I feel like our Discord and our Telegram are so separated because of just the different things that go on. And he's been a lifesaver. It's again, community members coming up, stepping up and say, hey, I have experience in this. What can I do to help? And like,
exactly.
That's what speaks volumes to me. When we're not even reaching out to these people, they're reaching out to us saying, I love this coin, and I want to do this.
Yeah, and we have a lot of those as well. I mean, in the very beginning, it was like everybody was trying to contribute and be a part. But I wouldn't have my partners if it didn't happen that way.
Yep.
When I first started this, my son wasn't even involved yet in the very beginning. But there was I reached out to. I would go into my brother wrote me one day, and he goes, hey, because him and I, we started with Bitcoin many moons ago, and then we got out of that stuff. We opened up we sold and made 3 other companies from then to now. But he came to me and he's like, hey, did you ever hear of meme coins? And I was like, fuck you, go away. I don't want to talk to you. Because every time this bastard came to me, we built a big giant thing, and I got more gray hair, I got fatter. I'm like, you got to stop. I don't want to hear from you. I just started my dojo. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And he goes, no, you got to look at this, man, because if anybody who can make something out of this, it's you. Go, please. And so I went. It was just June 24th, and I'm like, whatever. So I go in and I look, and I'm like, holy fuck. I went to Dex Screener, and I looked at all the coins that were coming in, and I looked at all the websites, and some of them were like Wix sites and Website Tonight stuff.
It's terrible.
I'm like, I went ching ching, because I'm a designer. I was like, so I just started humping out at the people, like. And then I was a professional interviewist with the radio station. So I just did interviews. I would go into the VCs and I would ask them questions. You get the voice going, and it's like, so when did you start doing this? And it's like, it just became a show.
Yeah, that's such that's a cool path.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a cool route, especially to see all of it come together in one arena.
It was so beautiful, because we had a chance to meet coins, learn what to do, what not to do. But we still fell victim. Like, this industry can drag some people down. And I think that's one thing that we have with us. And I think Mr. Quinton can contribute to that as well, is it's not what happens to you. It's how you respond to it. And I think that's something that you have done too for Rizzmas is, you could have just, when you joined and it fell down from 94 million down to 600,000, whatever it was, to just say, all right, I guess that's the ride. Let's go do something else. But you stuck it out, man. So my hat's off to you. I don't wear a hat, but my hat's off to you.
Appreciate that.
You've done a great job, your community. And I know it's not just you. You probably take an hour and a half to tell me all the people that are in there doing their thing, man. But let me tell you, he definitely appreciates that, and I see it in his responses to us here as well today.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I say it takes one to know one degen with passion to know one. So, and
yeah.
It's like you can build anything, man, if you got a good team behind you and some smart heads.
Yeah. But then sometimes you just need somebody to kind of help you. You know, you can have a bunch of sheep that run around, but every once in a while you got to put a goat in there, right? To make sure they don't get stuck in the fence and then they become cannon fodder.
It's very true. Very true.
Yeah. So I think you and I are the goats every once in a while. Which is
hey,
okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right, man. So I think as and again, these shows are all meant to be quick and fast and loving and having fun. Normally we have 5 or 6 people in here, so I'm not going to bore everybody with the same old. But do you got any alpha that you want to talk? Anything you want to kind of bring up? You got anything you want to kind of shout out to the world?
Yeah, honestly, man, I would say just like we have so many cool events coming up just with the roadmap. Like we don't have the app on Android, but we're in talks with a couple Android devs to get it out.
Yeah.
Bridge completely. There are like a lot of different areas we're trying to explore in terms of, maybe bridging to other platforms, SUI, all of these things, So I'm just excited, man. Like I'm just excited every time. Like I'm so active in the Telegram and in Discord. Like I swear I wake up and I'm like, I almost want to say good morning, guys. It's like,
right.
Because it's just crazy to see all of the different types of engagement, and that's why like I always shout out our Discord guy because it's so crazy. When I go into Discord, it's like a different type of degen, like they game, they chill, like they're all hanging out.
Yeah.
And in Telegram, it's just like raw, bye.
Oh my God, yes, yeah. LFG to the moon. Here we go. It's like, okay, guys. Yeah. Let's change up the verbiage a little.
It's just funny, man. And it's like, I think with Riz being such a younger word, like we had such success on TikTok because it's so easy to market. It's being said kind of not even just in coins in general, but you have like 8-year-olds that are like, Riz, I got Riz. And it's like, they've never seen a meme. Click. Yeah. Exactly.
They don't even know what they're doing, but they're promoting you somehow. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just a great thing. Like, and that's essentially it, like look to our roadmap. I'm doing a stream tomorrow, giving back a bunch of Rizzmas just for answering questions,
Cool.
That's our big thing is we always just we like to not only facilitate buying and selling and making money that way, but we like to facilitate community incentives. Like, hey, we want to reward you just for your ability to be here. And like, not just rating, not just clicking buttons, but like, hey, come have fun with us, come chill. Cause like, we want to bring Rizzmas, that whole idea of holiday spirit to everyone. When we did Cinco de Mayo, we had a lot of people from the Hispanic community that kind of popped out, and we've never, Chinese New Year, same thing, like,
oh wow, that's so cool.
It's just like in different walks of life, we kind of bring that relatability, and I think that's the alpha, man. I like mic drop. I think that's it, bro.
Yeah. Be conditionary to your people, but also learn how to bring others in. I think for us, it was for our successes is in our longevity and our service, but finding those things that like the NFT communities, they're big, but there's not a lot of people in their corner. Yeah. For us, it's like now that we're in the corner of the NFT, these people are coming out of nowhere right now. Like we tripled our numbers just in one day. And I'm not just talking about 3 to 9. I'm talking about a couple 100,000 people coming to the website. It has been crazy. Like they're in and they're engaging and they're liking, they're having fun, and it's showing up everywhere now. So in about a month, man, I'm really seeing this thing go viral. And
that's awesome.
Viralness is never like, somebody's like, that guy's an overnight success. No, he's not. That motherfucker's been working forever.
Yep.
Right. He was a waiter at the local donut shop, for 6 years, and then became, a huge success.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many things that we want to contribute here. And also I want to see you in our slots as much as possible. You're an awesome co-host with us here and a panelist.
Thank you.
And I would love to talk to some of your other community if you want to bring them to next time. Anything that you got coming up, that you got a big thing that you want to kind of put some stuff out as well through us, please just reach out to us, have your team call my team, and we'll get things going.
100%. I'm looking so forward to it. I really appreciate the opportunity of just being here today. I mean, you guys work really, really hard. I remember, when Polly was on it, I was watching too as well. I was there. I've been looking at your guys' stuff too as well. Like, I think, people in the space who have motivation, not when just the market, when Solana's at 90 and they're still working, when that truly shows, like something beyond trying to make money. It's building something that's going to last in eternity. And, I can see that in you guys, I can see that in you, and your son too as well. And, and I would be, beyond happy to be at whatever show in the future, bring up community members. We can do a bunch of stuff. And I want to talk to behind the scenes about, some of the utility that we could possibly bring.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have a little backstage pass here thing.
Yeah.
For everybody that's watching, our alpha is simple. It's more of the same. We have our next module of the Fusion system. We have a few big releases happening. Our own NFT launch that's actually going to happen. And if you notice, we weren't greedy. We didn't put our own NFT up first, right? But ours is really game related and has a lot of utility to it and lots of fun. And because it's used to resell, and the value of reselling is very easy to do, to pump these things up, because these NFTs will all have some sort of secondary value to them. We'll be also launching in about 6 weeks our NFT module system for MP4s, and actually physically adding coin to your NFT. I want you to think of that for a second. That's pretty wild. Yeah, you can have an NFT that always has coin with it as well, that's worth a certain amount. So you can trade it on the open market and trade it just like tokens, but that one thing has 100,000 coin to it or 1,000 coin to it. So a single NFT, depending on the market value of the coin, could go up as well. So
that's lots a unique idea for sure. That's cool.
It is. It's part of our fusion model, which has been pretty wild. The other is that these MP4s have a life of their own, unlike your Digimon mentality we were talking about earlier. Like I would love to say I gotta go find that now, because I'm like, man, I don't want to steal it, but I want to maybe prison some of my characters in there.
Well, kids, I like, if you don't feed it, it'll die and you lose it. So it almost creates the people to always be looking at it, looking to get more. So what a model, man.
And then you got like an NFT with a tombstone of the animal or whatever it was. Man, that's fucked up, dude. We're gonna have to make it now. You and me, Riz. We're gonna go make this and
do it
put it together. Yeah, we'll call it the tombstone. There it is. Keep your character from dying. That's it.
What happens if you have no Riz?
That's right. Yeah, you get jizz if you got no Riz. That's great. Too funny, man. Almost 300 people. Someone invite their grandma. Yeah, absolutely. You're funny, Nakasha. I think that's about what we got for you today. But you rock. I really do appreciate you being here today. And it's a short show today because we wanted to pay homage to our independence, as we talked about. Independence is a very important thing for all of us. And, it's not about the left or the right or the real or the in the middle. It's the independence. It's the independence of the world, is what we were saying earlier.
Yep.
To each his own value. As long as you don't try to get me to do what you want, I'm fine just living. You do what you want.
Yeah.
We have a rule. So one of the other things for our network for Shogun, we have one of the first that I know of that's completely empowered by cryptocurrency, is the Shogun Martial Arts Studio here in Mooresville, Pennsylvania. Not that you'd ever be in Mooresville, Pennsylvania, but if you ever are, come by and shout out and say hi, and we'll give you a tour. But it's martial art related. It's heavily in the health and wellness and that value of helping kids. We have a special needs program. We have all these great things that we give to the community. I'm very lucky. Mr. Quinton is a 2nd degree black belt. I'm a 7th degree going for my 8th. We've been doing this for a very long time.
Wow.
So we have a lot of things happening. We're having our first open house here on the 18th of July. So there's a lot of good stuff that's coming. We're also going to promote it live here on the show, and probably from the actual place as well, where people can ask questions about different martial art techniques and things, and maybe even be a part of some giveaways that we'll have on that day as well. So keep your ear to the ground and keep the date open for July 18th. My man, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. You are absolutely awesome. Mr. Quinton, you got anything final you want to chuck out? I know you've been quiet because I always, when we have a guest on, I take the whole thing. So I'm such a blabbermouth.
No, not at all. No, I think to say a little bit of something about Rizzmas is I found a something that happens that changed once I started seeing Rizzmas a little bit more often was I used to look at big events and go like, oh wow, what, I wonder what communities are going to be made for this.
Right.
And then after a bit, I started going, wow, I wonder what Rizzmas is going to do for this one.
Right. Yeah.
And
right.
going back and looking at the community and seeing what's going on.
That's
So
cute.
it's like, I think that consistency that the community has is so long term and compounding that as more people get exposed, it's just constant return. And you're completely in the right mind of you're not looking for a big, huge pump and a big, and then, that goes back down. And then, you're trying to put it, you're looking for the consistency of up, 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 up over a longer period of time.
Exactly.
And I think that's really cool. And definitely looking at all your other means, like your website is really smooth. Like the website design is nice and it's simplistic, and you're it comes off very professional. And so it's like when you're looking at long-term investments as well, that's a huge green flag. Like even looking at like your mobile app page, you have a markup that moves and is active. It's very professional. So it's like you guys are doing a lot of things right.
Yeah. I think the best, Quentin's gushing because he's part of, we've been teaching him and I'm teaching him programming and web design and he loves it. So every time he sees something good, I know it's good when he comes, he's like, yeah, they got a good site. I was like, why do you sound so sad? Well, because I don't get a chance to actually go into it. Right? So he's like, he can't fulfill his parts. No, he's worked on a lot of projects and he's had a lot of great time with it. I think too, over the next couple of months, as you got a lot of good programs that are coming up, like he makes a great point. What other holidays would you incept? And I see that they're very vanilla in a way as well. So you're like not trying to keep it, country oriented or particular religious orientation, even though Christmas is kind of a thing, but it's like a Rizzmas now. So it's not even Christmas anymore. I think they should have just a Rizzmas holiday now, right? Like everything should be that, right? So. And I love that because now it's not about somebody's way of doing that. You can kind of like make it the alternate universe of what a holiday celebration is. Like I like the whole thing about the end of summer because that is sort of like a holiday-esque, like the reaching of a climax of something that here, but now you got to prepare for the quietness of the winter coming, right? So, like the solstice mentality. I love that. I think you have created such a great opportunity for people to create this alternate universe of celebration and holiday-esque mentality. So congratulations. The Rizzverse. God damn it. Yeah. Now everything's going to be Riz, damn it. My biz is Riz. That's it. That's it. Yeah, we're making domains now. That's all this conversation. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. To shout out to everybody in your community. What a great job you all did coming in. Big hearts, big love for all of you. What a great job you all have done. I look forward to seeing and meet with you all. I'm going to pop into your Telegram here over the week as we get into this new week to kind of share some stuff with you guys as well. We're going to do some great giveaways next week on Tuesday's show. And I want, if you can pop by, check our Telegram, but also our X account. When our shows are, they're very consistent. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, every single week. This was a special show with Friday's 4th of July celebration. With our buddies from Rizzmas, the celebration coin to begin with, which we love. Independence Day with you. All right, everybody, you have a great day. Mr. Quentin, thank you so much for being here today. We look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Trader Max. This has been the Shogun Gun Show, special celebration for Independence Day with our friends at Rizzmas. We'll see you next time. And as always, live well.
Peace.